Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Legend Commentaries here, and I'm bringing you today another video for Guild Wars 2. This time I'm going to be showing you my sPvP build for the Engineer that I've found that works pretty well. I've leveled up to level 5, which isn't that far. You can get up to 80, but I think that after experimenting with a lot of builds, this is definitely the best one if you want to do a lot of action and get a lot of kills. So for my weapon, I use a rifle. Gives you your basic rifle skills. I'll leave that to you. To use them. You don't really ever use these. You maybe use your net sometimes if you're running away, but not very often. For my healing kit, I use the med kit, and that gives you 3 healing spells, a condition remover, a movement speed and crit chance increase, and also a 5k heal. So it's a really handy spell. Hello, woman's ass. I use my elixir B in combat because it gives you that retaliation and crit chance and might. It's really handy. And then out of combat, not out of combat, but when I'm not in the reach of the enemy, I use my Elixir U, and that increases my action haste to twice as fast, and also I don't really regenerate endurance, so I can't dodge out of anything. So use this when you're out of a fight, kind of on a vantage point, throwing grenades down. Use this when you're in a fight. And then you have your grenade kit. And basically what this does is gives you all new abilities. It's what the Engineer does best. You have your regular grenade, a bleeding grenade, a blinding grenade, freezing grenade, and then a poison grenade. And it kind of leaves an effect here. I'll show you at the target area. There, it leaves you 3, a big circle for each grenade area. Same thing with your blind, and same thing with your slow. So it's very nice, very handy to use your grenade kit because you do tons of damage. I'll make a video at some point later on showing me actually doing some combat. But let's go ahead and look through my items here. I go for Scholar Runes, and that is power, crit damage, and 10% damage when your health is above 90. So staying out of the fight and making yourself kind of forced to do things from a vantage point where you're not taking a lot of damage is very advantageous for you. And I also pop one of those on my Aqua Breather. I use the Berserker's Amulet and the rifle with % damage increase. For traits, I go all the way up to 30 points in my explosives, getting the bomb when you dodge. It's okay, it's not that great because I'm not oftentimes right in people's face. 6% chance to cause bleeding, that compounds really nicely with the condition damage here. Release a number of time mines when your health reaches 25%. Again, not the greatest, but it's worth it for this because you improve your damage from explosions by 10%. You then get vulnerability from explosions for 5 seconds. That can stack, I think, up to 22 times before the first one starts running out, so it's amazing. And then you throw grenades 25% further and throw an extra grenade, so that's amazing. That's just fantastic. Gives you so much more damage. Under firearms, 30% chance to cause bleeding on critical hits, so again, just getting that, that bleeding chance up. 50% chance to cause vulnerability on critical hits, so getting more vulnerability. And a 10% increased crit chance against foes with less than 50% health. So kind of target those foes that are below 50%, and then you'll get the 10% from being above for your runes, and then you'll also get 10% on them. This is crit chance, so you get 10% extra crit chance, which means more bleed, conditions, etc. Here, 50% chance to gain swiftness on critical hits. It's really nice because you do a lot of moving around in PvP, especially structured when you're moving around points and always kind of spamming your abilities. And then here, target the maimed, 5% increased damage against bleeding foes. So I've got my bleed effect going here, and also, where's it at? Here. So these two skills compounded together with this makes it a really nice ability. And here there's nothing you really need in 30 points, so don't waste the 5. Go ahead and put that extra 5 down into here and give you a tool belt recharge when you reach 25%. So here, 15% in tools, you get crit damage and tool belt recharge rate, so it increases or decreases the cooldown of all of these. You can see they're really not long at all. You've got 5 second on shrapnel grenade, does a ton of damage, and causes bleeding, which is what you need for this. So anyways, tool belt skills restore 10% of your endurance. That is really nice. Gain swiftness for 5 seconds whenever you equip a kit. Jesus, I'm tongue-tied, and I'll show you that right now. So when you're running through sPvP, you need speed, and so I switch to my healing kit. Gives me a little bit of movement speed there. 33%, and then my grenade kit, 33%, and then my healing kit. So as you can see, I can do that forever, literally. And then I can also pop my 5th slot, which gives me 33% speed. You basically never run out of extra speed. Oh, and also, these things give you the F1 through F4s. F4 is just a gigantic damage spell. It does about 2k damage. Elixir U creates another spell, so random spell wall kind of thing. And then Elixir B, you throw that in a group of allies, and it'll give them some Fury, or anything else. And then the Bandage Self I already talked about. You get a little bit of a heal going on yourself. So yeah, that is my build for sPvP. It seems to be working really well. I seem to go on a rampage every single game. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, let me know. Once again, going into power, condition duration for the bleeding, precision, condition damage for the bleeding, and then crit damage and tool belt recharge rate for my grenade kit. And actually my healing kit as well. Alright, ladies and gents, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave me a suggestion for something you'd like to see in the future from my pedophile engineer, and I will talk to you later. LegendCommentaries out. Oh, that was a weird outro. Bye, guys.